Hello again, everyone. I'm Paul, the Nitro Scrubbers, and welcome to this edition of the Nitro Corner. Today is Friday, and it is time for the Impact Report for this week. The show opens up with Bully Ray coming out there demanding that Mr. Anderson comes out to ringside. Of course, Bully Ray is accompanied by Gunner and Scott Steiner. First, after Mr. Anderson does come out, Bully Ray states that since Hulk Hogan has not arrived yet, that he is running things until Hogan gets there. I guess he's second in charge, now. Bully Ray, once again, like Hogan last week, gave Mr. Anderson an ultimatum. Either join Immortal or go at it on your own next week against Sting. Should be very interesting. Anderson basically told everyone that he'll make his own decision on his own time. Well, his own time happened later in the show. I'll discuss that in a few moments. Next up is a Bound for Glory series update. After several wins this weekend, Crimson is back on top in the Bound for Glory series leaderboard. Gunner is currently in the second spot for this coming week. Speaking of Crimson, next bout and the first bout on Impact, Crimson defeated Robert Roode in a Bound for Glory series match to add 7 more points to the lead. His points total is now 31. He is still the leader of the board. Moving on now, after that, the Monster Abyss finally gets his mask back. The man that took it from him, his opponent at Destination X, Brian Kendrick. Kendrick's like, man, you're hiding behind the mask, dude. It's in here. It's your ego telling you to wear the mask. You could do so much more if you shed the ego. Well, Abyss wasn't hearing any of it, and he basically beat up Brian Kendrick, gave him a black hole slam in the end. Should be a very interesting bout at Destination X. Moving on now to another Bound for Glory series match as Devon and the Pope, D'Angelo De Niro, defeat Matt Morgan and James Storm. The Pope nailed James Storm with the championship belt. That's good. With the championship belt, the tag team titles, of course. And then he puts Devon on top of James Storm. You heard right. Devon on top of James Storm. Thanks to the Pope. 7 points now for Devon. Devon now has, I believe, 17 points on the board. The Pope still has not scored yet on the board. One of 4 wrestlers, by the way, that still have not scored yet on the Bound for Glory series leaderboard. Next up, another one of my favorite moments this week, Velvet Sky, my girl, scoring a pinfall victory over Miss Jackie and ODB. A classic taste of ODB nailing her own tag team partner with a chair, knocking her out. Velvet Sky took care of ODB and pinned Miss Jackie. Like I said, Velvet Sky on her way to hopefully becoming Knockouts champion. Keeping it strong, keeping it real. By the way, that was a nice shirt she was wearing yesterday. But underneath of it, well, I'm going to keep it G-rated, folks. G-rated. Well, believe me, boy, woo, that's impressive. Or as Dusty Rhodes once called it, his medicine. Well, I need some of that medicine, boy, I'll tell you that much. But I digress. Velvet Sky victorious this week. And oh, by the way, the stipulation now stands. ODB and Miss Jackie are gone from Impact. Next up is for the last spot in the Fatal 4-Way Showcase match. And yet, once again, another Match of the Year candidate as Jack Evans defeat Jesse Sorensen and Anthony Nese. Again, another hard-hitting, action-packed match. And what a killer finish by Jack Evans. The 630 splatter. I was sitting here going, oh my God, I can't believe a wrestler could do that. Well, Jack Evans sure did. 630. Put that one in the highlight reel. I don't think even Evan Bourne can do that. Jack Evans just tremendously impressed me. He is now in the final spot at Destination X in that Fatal 4-Way Showcase. Next up, before the main event, Hulk Hogan ambushes Sting from behind, nails him with a ball bat, and now Sting is out of the main event for Impact this week. And in the main event, it turned out to be a 3-on-1 handicap match as Bully Ray, Scott Steiner, and Gunner defeated Kurt Angle in a 3-on-1 handicap match when Mr. Anderson thought he was going to be Kurt Angle's partner. Well, he basically made his choice. Mr. Anderson is now a member of Immortal as he attacked Kurt Angle, giving him the mic check. And now Mr. Anderson is the newest member of Immortal. I still can't believe it. I don't know why he's joined Immortal. Mr. Anderson, the best promo man in professional wrestling, now is going to be muted. He is going to be muted unless I'm wrong, and I probably will be sometime, but as far as I'm concerned, Mr. Anderson does not belong in Immortal as far as I'm concerned. He is his own man. And that basically ended Impact for this week. Yet another great show for Impact. The triple threat match with Jack Evans picked up the win, another match of the year candidate. Mr. Anderson going to Immortal was interesting. Velvet Sky with a big victory. My homegirl keeping it real, keeping it on the down low, beating Miss Jackie and ODB. And the t-shirt, I'll keep it G-rated, by the way. Otherwise, a fantastic show once again. Impact really bringing the stuff as they go to Destination X this weekend. Well, that's it for this edition of the Nitro Corner. A program note, this Sunday is a doubleheader. I will have once again the return of the booking sheet for Destination X, right along with our classic match of the week. I'll be back tomorrow for the weekend report. Part 1 SmackDown and Part 2 our Nitro Top 10. Until then, I'm Paul the Nitro Skyver saying so long, everybody.